out the problem, right? Like he can use Dissimulate to move away from your Firefly, and if you go for a Flame Break build, he's dodging half the damage.
Yeah, it can definitely kind of just like...
It's definitely a race towards 6. Maybe I think the thing to focus on with that lane is like supports that could rotate, right? Like they may be the differing factor once both reach 6.
Yeah, so I think in this game, I think Team Unique, they have a much more kill-centric lineup, and you know, to some extent Teamfight as well. There is the Crow, the Void, and there's also the Doom, kind of take care of some of the teamfight issues. But the one thing that Bait has now is that at least they have some strong Roche potential. With the Void scaling, you can kind of take towers, although neither team really has this like tower-taking ability on pretty much any of their heroes. So I'm expecting this game shouldn't be too fast. I think there could be quite a bit of action in terms of kills, but towers shouldn't really be falling too fast.
Mm-hmm. I mean, one side has a Spectre, one side has a Void. You get that feeling that both sides are relatively comfortable with this idea of the game being a bit slower.
Yeah, and you know, generally you think that this Spectre hero kind of enjoys going late, and which is true also. However, I do think that it is still a little bit scary going up against like heroes like Slaughter, Void, and Doom, where you can die to combinations, amplify damage, coma, etc. And
just happened.
They're also kind of just like they're relying on this one Spectre to kind of carry them, and I think that if Bait manage to get BKBs on their heroes, I think the game becomes pretty hard for Unique. Unless they can just keep dragging it on later, because I think generally what the Spectre hero enjoys doing is want to play against kind of some squishy supports, where when you haunt, they're just forced to run. But with these Doom and Clockwork heroes, that doesn't necessarily have to be the case. These heroes can survive a haunt. You know, they can run around, they can make it difficult to kill them. So, not the easiest game for Spectre, I think.
No, it definitely feels like they've got the clear idea of how you count Spectre. You make sure there's no weak link in the chain. There's no chink in the armor. Everyone is a bulky boy.
Yeah, and we're just gonna have this straight up Doom. He's gonna go eat the range creep, and so the lane is gonna be pushing favor of Bait. Bottom lane. Kind of see how that goes. There may be potentially some attempt at a first blood. No, bottom.
Yeah, there wasn't any bite from Bait in the top lane. Of course, there is a difference. This team, I know some people in the chat are gonna be yelling like, "Where's Blantimos? Why is he not here?" I'm not quite sure the reason, but of course, Lauren not a familiar face in this lineup. And 19 teen, not where we usually sit in the group.
That's right.
Not even his true name anymore, because I think he's 20 now. So, his name's completely wrong. This is why you don't name yourself your age, guys.
I mean, so are you saying he like just named himself this? Like he only played the game for 1 year and he just named himself 19 team?
Be pretty impressive, wouldn't it? Like, right? Like, how depressing is that for all the players who's been playing for like 10 years to get to this point? Like 1 year? What?
That'd be something.
Yeah, he used to be a LUL player. Before that, here is a Storm player. He switches game every year.
Right, so he can get the new nick. Still be.
There it is. Viable player next year. Although he's doing pretty well in this bot lane. Hasn't really been contested at all. 7 CS already.
Yeah, I think early on, I think there's not much kind of a kill threat for anyone. The Doom obviously opting for the Bower level 1. So not much is going to happen there. Some harassment onto the... No. Nothing very exciting is going to come in the first levels, most likely. Unless someone makes a bigger sort of...
For 5 up right now, it's just all about masticating.
What the just happened?
2 word for the day.
What now?
Masticate.
Masticating.
Yeah, it's chewing.
Okay.
The act of chewing.
Okay, see. Every day.
But if you said that to a random person, Twitch chat or in your pub game, they're definitely not going to think that's what it means.
No, that's not initially what I thought it was.
It's fine. We're all both learning here, okay? We'll learn if 19T made a mistake. Oh, wait. No, that's fine. You have a snap bar. The master of cookies.
Yeah, and it looks like...
level 1 is pretty underwhelming.
It looks like Lorenov is off to kind of a decent start here with the 6th and Ice already. Gonna be up quite a bit in terms of levels.
Which means the race towards 6 is looking a bit worrying for DENDI. I feel as soon as you hit 6 with the Void Spirit, you can very easily kill a Batrider with the double Astral Step.
Yeah, DENDI has to careful once the Void Spirit reaches. Jason's bottom.
Oh, BCC gets brought down. They just pulled him down. There wasn't even bash luck at the end. It just seemed like a good move from Fishman.
Yeah, not the easiest lane kind of for Darkseer to pressure. Faceless Void, you can offset quite a bit of the damage. If you ever, take a little bit of damage, you can just time walk it off. They don't really have any reliable enough stuns to actually lock the Void down with just tiny stun.
I guess the priority for this lane is like, usually you just kind of want to get BCC to around 3 and then Tiny should start rotating away from the lane because you should be more or less self-sustained.
Yeah, I think the idea, at least from my point of view, should be the Darkseer in the kind of just cut creeps after he gets the...
I mean, we thought that this would be a little bit more bullyish on the Spectre. Like you said early on, she wouldn't get pressured, but they're the ones actually dishing out an alarming amount of pressure. And as I talk about that, mid lane, the rotation does come in from Tiny, and they're able to kill off DENDI.
Yeah, DENDI was diving onto the tower, and the Void Spirit was very low, but Tiny comes in with the shell and the surge, and DENDI pays the ultimate price.
Yeah, this is the tower is under attack. That's true, but it's the death in the mid lane, all right? It's bad. It's terrible price. Okay, like you die in this situation, you're now on an island. You realize you screwed up, and you know it's gonna get worse.
I like your analysis there. DENDI dies in the mid lane, and it's bad.
It's very bad. Fishman looking bad in the top lane gets brought down, and Chrysalis just has to run away.
I feel like masticating is not going to be the word of the day. It's going to be bad.
Well, no, because there's a way you bring it back and you combine the two. We'll watch Doom, and if he doesn't use Devour efficiently, then he's bad at masticating.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's not what masticating means.
Look. You can look it up now, right? And if I am wrong, I'll just say it was an elaborate fake.
I'll just
the game.
I'll just say that masticating me. Everyone in the chat knows it. So
I mean, they've got people. They're 10k. They know better. 19 team. Getting on, and all of a sudden, last hero just needs to move away, but the rotation in from Lorinov, not able to get him with the Remnant. Now, 5-up hung around. He was trying to bodyguard even though he wasn't needed, so he will go down instead. Even on top, BCC being hunted onto. They could try for it. Time Walk, where's the bash? Where's the bash? You can tell this guy's got 2,000 games of Monkey King, but not 2,000 games of Void. He's not timed the RNG right. Instead, Fishman might be the one going down. Illusion moves forward, needs that final hit, and he can't quite get it. In the meantime, BCC will die to a bash coming out from Chrysalis.
Yeah, and I think that was actually a mistake on Tiny's behalf there. I think if he just stays with his, he kind of sold his Darkseer there. He left to go for the kill onto the position 5 Clockwork, which, even if you end up getting it, it's really not that big a deal. So he kind of sells his Darkseer there.
Yeah, like that awkward moment is like, well, it was nice visiting your lane. I'm gonna go do my things now. And BCC, they're like, where are you going, you son of a... Don't leave me.
Yeah, and back-to-back deaths now on this. Giving up quite a bit of XP. Gold, not a huge deal here, but also kind of hurting his game a little bit. Porting back in and just dying straight up. Combination.
Yeah, it's definitely what I kind of assess as an XP greedy hero, because that unlocks his ability to be a gold greedy hero, right, with the Devour levels. And he has at least got level 2 Devour, so maybe find a useful creep here and there. But I feel like we haven't really got to see the bully potential of this lane that maybe we would have expected with the Slardar plus Doom.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing though, right? It's the fact that there's a Snapfire. Spectre is not an easy hero to harass, you have the dispersion, and yeah, Slardar has his bash, but the Snapfire offsets quite a bit of this. You like these 2 melee heroes running into Scatterblast and potentially Fire Snap Cookie. It's not that easy for you to run into a Spectre with it has this, rounds and Fairy Fire and stick.
Yeah, it's not like you can go on to Vanscore instead, because this is, believe it or not, a range strength hero with ridiculous strength gain per level. So, quite the bulky gal herself.
Void Spirit up top here. It does look kind of like they're aware on bait. Cautiously right now.
Looks like it's time to dive. He's going to go in with 3. And the Chrono's going to come out straight away. The TP's coming in from Doom. I don't know if they got the damage here. The vacuum actually working against Laurenov. He's going to tank through it all. And instead, Fishman's going to be brought down. 5 up gets low as well and will die off. And that backfired very heavily. The Chrono achieving absolutely nothing. And DENDI just moves into his death.
Triple kill.
And initially it looked like a decent Chrono. It's just there's no follow-up damage at this point. There's no slaughter rail to amplify damage. Void doesn't have enough physical damage yet. He just has the more haste. And Batrider really doesn't offer that much unless you have a lot of stickies.
Yeah, it's overall one of those situations where like you see so many heroes, you probably bait yourself and like, oh, this is a good Chrono, and then immediately you realize.
Would you say that they baited themselves into it?
No, because I was trying to avoid that. I didn't go there on purpose. All right, that joke has been made a quadrillion times in a half a year. And for once, I didn't want to go there, Pycat. We wanted to rise above it. Above it.
I went there. I have no shame.
Like a tiny tossing you through the air above it.
I have no shame. Well, I guess you're kind of unique in that sense.
Look at us back and forth here. This is a team effort. Oh. Well, Vanscore says, even though my cookie doesn't hit, I can just take your last hits. I'm happy with that. What are you doing? Look, don't leave. Okay, I would totally stand around here just scatter blasting those creeps right now. I'd probably die for it. It's just the kind of person I am. Last hero looks really underwhelming on this bot lane now already against this Spectre who has drums completed.
And we can see there, man, Vanscore just showing up with the scatter blast fire snap, and we see Void, he's out, you know, he doesn't want any of it. Scared. Vanscore just kind of showing what's what.
I mean, I don't blame him. You know, Vanscore is the cookie master, and you know why cookies are dangerous. Diabetes.
Because of, yeah, high cholesterol.
That, and they have a freaking dragon. Last hero
might have an initiation here.
Yep, moving in. They activate
should be fine here.
Yeah,
the Vice Bird is coming in.
He's a little bit slow. If they go for 5 up instead, they actually decide to go for the big ones. The top Slardar will bring him down. All of a sudden, 5 up standing here, just holding himself in his own hands, not sure what to do with himself. Laurenov's able to move away to dissimulate. Crystallis doesn't have a Chrono for 10 more seconds, and even when you throw it down, we've seen this before. If he commits the Chrono, where's your damage? He's lost 5 up. The TPs are coming in now. Crystallis has got the Chrono, can commit it onto 2 here. Catches 3, in fact, beautifully done. Maximum range, the pings come out. I don't think you can reach the Void for it though. They're just trying to pick up 19 TP. So goddamn tanky. Able to move away. The Ren locks down faces Void. The push back towards DENDI. Look at that last hit, but he can't get close enough. And now Vanscore, he kisses him goodbye. The farewell kiss is what it is actually, as they chase forward, looking for more. Fishman gets vacuumed back. Stun comes out from Slardar. That's how long the fight's been going on, but it's always going the way of Team Unique as Illusion moves away. Laurenov, he just stands, he's like, come at me, bro. Who's next? Who's gonna die? Cookie, a little bit off the mark. They use the Haunt. They're trying to reinitiate in. 19 teams staying on top of 5 up. They turn around the last hero instead, going to try and run him down. And with the movement forward, the surge, drum charge, with all of this, Unique are some speedy boys. They'll move in, clean up another one with the toss forward. The Remnant actually clips on the 5 up. And this fight is not ending. But base devs are just increasing as we're now up to 14 kills to 2 in this game at the 11-minute mark with a 4K lead.
Yeah, we can see right now that the Beta are trying to fight a lot. Even though they're heroes, they don't really have any fighting capabilities at this point. We also see DENDI, he decided to go for this to travel first item after bottle, despite having this, you know, 0-3 and 0-4, not off to a great start. And this is something that I think we've spoke a little bit about before. I'm not a super big fan of this, the bots rush after having such a kind of a poor start. I feel like if you want to do this, you need to be kind of ahead so that you are still a threat. But right now, they can't really show up to any fights. They just get outnumbered. The Doom is not 6 yet. He's having a very rough game. Same for the kind of the Slardar. And the only one having a decent game right now is the Faceless Void, and he just doesn't have enough damage.
I think we're quite a way off being ready. So, you know, to say just yet is optimistic. Because at this stage in the game, like, you look at this, I think you're right. When we look at that boosted travel choice, go, okay, what I'd really like to see right now on bait is one of their cores building drums, for example, so they can match what Unique are doing. Because right now they lack the ability to fight early. So you look across at Slardar, maybe he'll build it. Nope, he's rushing a Blink Dagger, which you can understand from his perspective why he's doing it, but I don't know about you. I look at base lineup, and I feel like lack of damage is your biggest issue right now. That's why Unique was able to dive like that without a care in the world.
Top tower
Yeah, they're also fighting without the Doom 6, right? So, like, having this spell missing at this point and then still trying to take these fights. You could see even Unique, they were diving past the tier 1 that was still alive. They just kept diving onto... Just... They're, you know, they're not gonna stop because they know that they don't really have anything to fight back with at this point. We are gonna see now the Doom is gonna fix. Maybe they're gonna go over the smoke play here.
Alright, but hear me out. Hear me out. Be like that game we had the other day where the Doom couldn't catch his Doom target. Doom, person gets surged. 5 up is like, I've done my part.
Are scanning.
Yeah, but there's a purge on...
So if he's quick with his spellcasting,
Dire's middle tower,
which I hope he has got some magical fingers.
Oh, magical is not in this.
Player.
He's in a different team.
But he could have chopped his fingers off and borrowed.
Ah, specific.
Like a rabbit with good luck. Last hero needs luck, lots of resistance. Yep, gets his stun out, trying to move away. The reinforcements here, the hook shot comes in, beautifully done, and the Doom thrown out away. The latch is going to come down as well. The wall's being thrown in. Now the kids are going to arrive. They haven't really got the damage still. Instead, they're the ones running. Clockwork gets brought down. Doom's going to die as well. And last hero, I just honestly feel like while he's the last one out, well, I say that Dendi's going to be left behind. The only people being baited in this game is in fact teammates.
Yeah, we saw there
it's just no damage, isn't it? It's like every time these fights.
There's too much damage at this point on the side of Unique, and they also already have this early mech on the Darkseer, so it can offset quite a bit of the damage done by bait. Also, a lot of their damage at this point is physical. The Batrider doesn't really have any items. The same... Don't have that many plays right now. And so much of this fight, like, lacking in terms of fight for bait right now. They just don't have enough spell damage.
Dire's structures are fortified.
And it's kind of worrying, right? Because usually when you look at these kind of drafts, Slardar kind of gets his passes. It makes your draft a lot easier to execute. But the problem is, like, the other cores you're executing for, it doesn't feel like there's that synergy we usually see if, for example, a Templar Assassin gets picked with a Slardar.
Dire's bottom tower is
yeah, they're like... The thing about the lineup is that they're relying so much on physical damage, and their heroes, they just don't have that much damage on the heroes in general. They have a lot of catch. All of these heroes pretty much have catch. Batrider can catch. Doom has to some extent, you can call it catch, but you know, he could potentially get a Blink Dagger into a stomp later on. But they just don't have enough damage.
What the just
they have physical damage in terms of Void hitting amplified targets, but at this point, when there's already a mech on the enemy team and there's just an overwhelming amount of spell damage, on top of the fact that most of the heroes on Unique are quite tanky.
Also, you have to remember, like, the thing with Faceless Void that kind of can bait you in is this fact that you're actually heavily relying on magical damage to supplement your early physical damage, right? Because of the bash being magical. So in these early phases, until you get like 2 or 3 right-click items, you're not getting as much value out of this Slardar first phase as you would on other carries at that point.
Yeah, not the ideal kind of combo. You kind of want to see some... Unique are just gonna keep... They're just running them over, diving towers. The Void Spirit being beyond godlike, I think, since minute... I want to say 13, 14?
Yeah, his portrait's not far yet, though. He's still got some ways to go.
And what a stand-in they found themselves.
I mean, I don't know what Lauren off means. It sounds kind of elvish. Maybe it's warrior who kills all. Because so far, that's what he's been doing. 11-0-5 on the board. Nobody able to even put a dent in him. You know, this man is stood in Chronos and went, I am the true Void here.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Here, and it looks like they're just going to try to smoke across the map. Spectre is ready with a port. By the time they reach a target, if there's more than one, Spectre should have his haunt ready.
But they just find DENDI. Like, let's see what we can play with this one with. With the Iron Shell on top of him, there's more than enough damage to get him on his own.
Yeah, he's gonna be...
The last hero, he just wants out. He doesn't want to have any problems. So the fact he drags him back into the kisses. I don't know if there's a kiss as much as the spit, as Vanscore just spits on the hope of Fate being able to win this. The Hawk comes in forward. Nice dodge out by 19 teams. Surge forward onto Fishman as well, but the Cogs will buy him enough time to move away.
Actually going for
What the
I mean, you're kind of at a point where why not, right? And then you realize you haven't died yet, so that's the why. clean sheet. Gotta keep that clean.
I mean, we just need 10 more kills for Team Unique, right? And then we're kind of, then we're good.
That's when DENDI's like, all right, boys, we're done this game. Go game 2. No,
there's gonna be a 17-minute dual stacks on the Void Spirit here.
All right, here we go. Chrono. I said there'd be one more kill. I don't know if it's gonna be one for the Doom. It should be enough damage. The mech won't heal him up. They'll be able to bring down the last the Dragon PCC as well. No escape for the Darks here. Double kill already for Chrysalis, and last hero slithering along looking for more. Has got the blink in 10 seconds. But once they reach the river, he might just be able to run down Illusion casually. He does have to toss back though, so he can buy himself some time. But with Chrysalis closing in,
Blink's gonna come up in 1 second here.
No, Doink, straight in. Bash follow up. There's Chrysalis, he's short turn to bash. Okay, no bashes from you, but you still get the kill. But finally, Fate showing some signs of life.
Yeah, and the Void, he got all these kills. He's still sitting at 5-0. He's just like, guys, come on. Can you... You know, it's one of those games where you're just like, guys, come on.
Yeah, I know I'm the carry. I know that's the defined role. But can you do something?
No, but this is, I mean, it's still something because the Void is getting big. And
yeah.
I mean, should the game just keep dragging on? I think at some point, I think Bait, they have a sort of a chance in this game. They really need their, like I mentioned, they need their BKBs. I wouldn't be really opposed to the Slaughter also just rushing one. He's gonna go for a hood, so you know, he wants to be able to fight a little bit earlier. But then he's getting kind of close to his BKB. It's like 1,000 gold off. And Void also might go, I'm not sure if he's gonna go for the MJ first or if he's going... But once he gets that, I think you'd want to go BKB here, seeing that the Void Spirit already has his axe. That should be a kind of a...
Well, they definitely have the burst to get rid of you in like a 2 to 4 second window, right? With the tiny there as well. Like he can follow up the initiation of the Void. I agree. Definitely needs a defensive plan.
Yeah, and it looks like the Mithril Hammer is flying out. And also on top of that, an Imp Claw. So he's going to have quite a lot of physical damage if he gets to live in these fights. You know, once he has the BKB, there's not really anything on the side of Unique that can actually stop this Void. And we're going to have a Roche. It's going to be quite fast here by Unique also. He mech on the Dark Seer, and he just on the Spectre now.
Yeah, they knew about it, courtesy of Fishman with those rocket flares out the clockwork, but they realized that it was too late. Like, with how much gold is in Unique, at this stage in the game, taking down Roche is a pretty quick fair for them.
Yeah, I feel like the one thing you can do there, like in a scenario like this, where you're this clockwork, you're basically just a rocket flare and a hookshot at this point. I feel like that's one of those scenarios where you can kind of just try to steal the Aegis, but not close enough.
No. And credit to Unique, they set up pretty well around the pit to make sure if the clockwork was on his way and he'd be seen by the wards of the hero's horn. Moving into the base, decides it's a bad idea and actually comes out to play with the Void instead, and that is your carry gone for 50 seconds. So much for no deaths.
Yeah, DENDI is gonna have his BKB finished now. So once the Void respawns, there is some sort of potential to fight, but...
He got the wrong toss back, but they're going to go with the kisses anyway. DENDI's forced to use the BKB and run away. Hooks on the Illusion to ensure that DENDI doesn't die in the middle of his magic community. He just wants to prance around all pretty and golden in his face.
No. Illusion was already out of there.
Well, Illusion is going back in, and 5-up is now truly out there. It's down for 30 seconds. And I think we're starting to get that preview again, as we always come back to, is why Dark Seer is such a potent pick right now. As once again, Illusion's in, there's a load of DENDI. What magic community? You don't have a BKB anymore. Last hero looks like a great initiation. The problem is you're not initiating, you're running away. The buyback does get forced out of 5-up. He has got the Doom to work with, drums available in 3 seconds, but Unique said that's enough. We'll back up for the moment, and as soon as you come out of your base to play, we'll be there waiting.
Yeah, and I really like what Unique, sorry, not what Unique, but what Illusion is doing in the game. He's just basically every chance he gets, he goes in, he uses the avalanche toss combo, tries to toss someone back. You know, if he gets it, he gets it. Otherwise, he's just kind of out of there, and he goes, you know, he keeps doing this in and out. And basically, Bait, they just never have time to. They're not ready for this. He's playing at a very fast rate, and Bait, they kind of need some time to set up and, you know, like, kind of think how they're going to approach this fight, but he's just not giving them the time.
Radiant are scanning.
Yeah, I mean, if I had that horrifying looking thing running at me yelling kill, 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 I might too panic a little. But just the beauty of Dark Seer. They just unlock so many options in these type of situations. As they'll just move in onto the clockwork. He's a little bit too tanky with the burst down straight away, and all of a sudden they want to move away from 5 up. We've got the Doom available. 19 team. He's going to wail on him here. Doom. He won't even be able to use his ultimate. That's going to be his dieback. All right. They were waiting to see if a mistake would be made, and Bait, they present the opportunity. Now they'll move forward. They're going to get back into that base. Clockwork gets brought down. Double kill already for Lorinov. Now hunting for more. They did find Dendi. They can't quite force his BKB out yet. They coming. They ready to force that out of him. But vacuum's a little bit off the mark. 19 team will back up for a moment to put his haze on him, but Illusion goes immediately back in, and Dendi, he forgot where the BKB button was. He didn't get a chance to use it. Illusion kills him off.
Is under attack.
Yeah, he was just kind of hoping to get out of that scenario without pressing the B. This point is quite greedy. I think you can't really be that greedy at this point of the game, as we see.
Oh god.
Eek are just chasing them from one side of the map to the other.
I mean, the TPs are coming in, but I don't know if you can protect him. Like, he's got the chrono, but he has no way of using it because he doesn't have any magic. Nice little shot in to buy some time, but Chris has already moved away. Illusion follows up with the Avatar and gets the kill. The Void has gone for 50 seconds. All of a sudden, they want to run away from the other Void. Void Spirit able to dominate this fight, moving in towards the clockwork to simulate the first him down, kill him off. And last hero, still not really feeling like a hero, as he doesn't really know where his place is in these fights. Am I initiating? Am I counter-initiating? Am I amplifying my back riders' right clicks? What am I doing?
At this point, he's trying his best to amplify the bad riders' right click damage. No, in all seriousness, though, it's at this point it's just Unique can just kind of chase Bait around the map, and they're doing what they're supposed to. They're not, committing too early to this high ground. They're just gonna keep extending their lead, getting the Spectre more items. We're gonna see this Man's Diffusal build from the Spectre. I think it's a nice choice. Just going for some sort of right-click damage, as you already have so much magical damage. Going for Radiance seems kind of, excessive. Just want to be able to scale better into some sort of a right-click build, where you're also at the same time
tanking. It's a good counter against the Faceless Void as well, right? Like, burn the mana of that hero all of a sudden. It's not even a chrono that you can consider.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of just like, the Void, he can fight in his BKB, and after that, he's just gonna be done. So, we'll see if he ever gets to the BKB.
5 up. He just want to show everyone his confetti. Kisses are going to come out. Stance is there, and the vacuum as well. No chance to even use the chrono. And Bait are just knowing in the fierce spin from this dragon as Vanscore is dominating these fights. Last two from Dendi just wants to show the rest of the Unique side his base, as he'll slowly run away with the BKB at the moment. But you can already see they're getting ready to toss in. They're on top of him. This game is looking all about done.
What the just happened?
Yeah, I think when you're getting caught, I mean, it's also the cogs into the Snapfire, the allied cogs into the Snapfire ultimate.
Just happened.
Yeah, the anti-combo.
I'm helping.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Yeah, this is looking like a rough one. If you're a Bait fan.
I mean, it's felt like it's escalating, right? Like, sometimes you just gotta chuckle about what's happening, because the reality is, if you can't laugh about it, it just looks like vicious bully.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I think that's pretty much what it is at this point. Pretty vicious bully.
Yes,
you can see also
what is this? The Ralph from Simpsons, where he's like, stop hitting him, he's dead.
I'm in danger.
Stop hitting him, Florida, he's dead.
I'm in danger. That's kind of where the entirety of the Bait lineup is at right now, I think.
Yep. Not a stranger danger. They should be all too familiar with Unique by now, considering how much they've been up on their face. Vacuum the Dragon Ball back. Avalanche should be off the mark, but the Cookie throws Illusion into danger's way, but there's no counter initiation. They can't chance it. If they throw out that chrono and it isn't a jackpot, the game is done.
Yeah, they're pretty much relying on a 5-man chrono inside the fountain at this point, I think. And even then,
which could happen considering how much Illusion likes to dive, as does 19T. As he's doing it again to find a kill to 5 up. Alright, so right now Bait, they're having a strategic timeout. They're like, alright, 5 up. If you just move a little bit further back, we're almost at the fountain. Keep going. So you died here. Die here next time. It's like a breadcrumb trail. And then they'll be like, oh, mangoes. They'll come pick those up, and then we fight a fountain.
Yeah, so he embodying the name of the tea, is what you're saying.
Hey, when you got lemons, you make lemonade, okay? Haven't really got much else right now.
I feel like those are that's some pretty sour lemonade right now at this point.
I mean, I don't know if there's any lemons left to make lemonade. They might just be chugging more at this point. Which is ironic, because you can see they feel very thirsty in this game. 20,000 gold behind Unique already. And they're just stuck on the high ground, kind of slowly watching the game go by.
Howdy.
Yeah, I think at this point, this is where you solely pretty much rely on Unique bad plays. Just there's not really, when you're at a deficit like this, there are not really that many plays you can make, you know. You can have some ideas of trying to fight around buybacks in your own base, kind of like you said, like trying to have them actually dive onto the tier further, somehow retaliate with buybacks, but even that could be a stretch. I think the Unique really needs to pop, you know.
And instead, they're just going to keep going. They're on top of Crystals. They ping him out. They know he has no way of protecting himself. So there's a attempt by Slardar to save the day. It's going to be failed. Last year will probably give his life as well. DENDI is being completely ignored. All he does is pop the Linkers with the last two. Slardar is tanking up a lot of damage. Yes, what you're achieving the buyback into the Chrono for Crystals. But where's the damage? They can't deal with the Spectre. They have to move forward, trying to help out. And in the end, it does nothing. That's GG. The moment you see that Chrono, the moment you watch yourself run out of that Chrono, you look to your captain and you go, I think we're done here, boss.
Yeah, valiant effort from the Faces boys. Kinda, I mean, yeah, that was not the easiest game to carry there for Faces Void alone. I think some sort of an